UV, and we back on track. No slack for those in the back. All right. Whore versus Jezebel Spirit Part 1. We're gonna do a variety of different ones. We do some for the men. We're gonna do some for the we're gonna do some for the the good women and all that stuff. We're gonna do different versions. We're gonna do beta male versus alpha male, quote unquote, all that great stuff. So whenever you see this, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe, make sure you donate, and let's go. Let's go. All right. What we got? The whore spirit and the Jezebel spirit are both referenced in spiritual and biblical context. But they both represent different behaviors and intentions. Whore spirit. The whore spirit is primarily associated with sexual immorality, lust, and lack of self-control. It is focused on physical indulgence and instant gratification. So it doesn't have to just be sex and physical stuff. It's focused on physical indulgence and instant gratification. So that could be material things or whatever. This spirit leads a person to engage in promiscuity, adultery, quote unquote, and prostitution, often for personal pleasure, material gain, or validation. Key traits: lust-driven, impulsive, sexually immoral, lacks self-worth, prioritizes physical pleasure over spiritual or emotional well-being. Prioritizes physical pleasure over spiritual or emotional well-being. Biblical association, often connected to the harlot in Proverbs, 7:10, whatever have you, and the great quote unquote, and the great whore of Babylon in Revelations. So y'all go check that out if you do that Bible stuff. The main goal of the whore, to seduce through physical temptation and destroy moral purity. So when people say it's not just the music, visualization is key. Stop acting like we don't. You got some dudes out here running around, grown men want to be like Future and other shit like that. So you're gonna either be inspired in a unproductive way, or quote unquote negative way, or a disastrous way, or the youth or different women or whatever the music that's getting put out, or the women that's put in the forefront. Yeah, I understand this. It's great music out there. However, it's over sexualized, hypersexualized. The lyrics, and it's like the girls that are coming out that are more younger in the game or whatever, it's almost like all of them are rapping about the same stuff, and they sound, it's like the same type of like narrative. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Well, anyway, excuse me. The Jezebel spirit, on the other hand, is more about control, manipulation, and domination. Plus, I did this live, and I wasn't able to. Whatever, my signal was bugging out too on Facebook, whatever. And domination, rather than just sexual sin, so to speak. This spirit seeks power, influence, and destruction of righteous authority through deceit, seduction, and witchcraft like tactics. So if you dating these spiritual women and all that, you know what I mean, or whether they highly spiritual, a little bit spiritual, know a little something, got something from grandma, whatever, man, you got to be careful. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the intentions of motherfucker putting in your food, how they washing your hair, your crown, man, or whatever have you. And you know, so while it can use sexual temptation as a tool, its primary goal is to gain control over people and institutions. Key traits. Now this is for the Jezebel spirit. Key traits: manipulative, controlling, deceitful, seductive, rebellious, power hungry, anti-authority. Biblical association: named after Queen Jezebel in 1 Kings 16:20-21 and Revelations 2:20, who manipulated, persecuted prophets and led Israel into idolatry. Main goal: this is of the Jezebel spirit, to corrupt, control, and weaken spiritual leadership and morality, often targeting men of power. So athletes, all y'all actors, when you be seeing this shit keep happening repetitively and all that, they do what? Often targeting men of power. You see what I'm saying? So some of them may be celebrities, sure it is. Some of them may have more popular than others. Well, but it all does the same result. They still go after what? Men of different levels of quote unquote power, influence, or whatever. Aspect: whore spirit, Jezebel spirit. Whore spirit, primary focus: lust, sexual immortality. Jezebel spirit, power, control, and manipulation. Whore spirit, tactics, seduction, and temptation. Jezebel spirit, deception, intimidation, and rebellion. Whore spirit, motivation, self-indulgence, pleasure. Jezebel spirit, influence, authority, and destruction. Biblical example: Babylon harlot, Revelation 17, and Jezebel spirit is Queen Jezebel, Queen Jezebel 1 Kings 16-21. If y'all do the Bible thing, or if you just studied or whatever. Effect on others. The core is it leads to moral downfall, through lust. And the Jezebel seeks to dominate and overthrow leaders. So sometimes, fellas, when we be feeling all pumped up and we got all our shit together and all your ducks in order in the row and all your money up and all that, we thinking, oh man, man, you better watch out for the Jezebels, man, because they target men of power. They target you. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of them are chameleons. I'm not talking bad about it, but I'm just saying a lot of women know what women do. You know what I mean? So, and a lot of y'all are raising sons and nephews and shit like that. So, I mean, I would hope you would school them to what it is out here. But these streets do not be giving a fuck just because it's your baby type shit. Conclusion. While both spirits are destructive, the whore spirit operates through lust and pleasure seeking, while the Jezebel spirit works through manipulation, control, and destruction of spiritual authority. So you have a lot of women that have just pretty much merged in the combination of both of them shits. You feel me? A person influenced by the Jezebel spirit may use sexual temptation, but their true goal is power and domination. That's why they have like shit, and you know they use religion, these Bible books and shit. And why I said, man, motherfuckers only pull out certain excerpts. All right, making them far more dangerous. It says the Jezebel spirit may use sexual temptation, but their true goal is power and domination, making them far more dangerous in the long run. Making them far more dangerous in the long run. How does this play out in dating in the black community or in general? In dating, especially within the black community or indigenous, whatever have you, and beyond. The whore spirit and Jezebel spirit manifest in different but equal destructive ways, influencing relationship dynamics, gender roles, and even cultural perceptions of love and commitment. While whore spirit in dating, this spirit leads to relationships built on lust, materialism, and temporary pleasure. See that? So with all of that, what can you do for me? How much, goddamn it, the provider? And when we start getting to that, it say whore spirit in dating. This spirit leads to relationships built on, it leads to it. So it's either gonna start like that, or it's gonna start in the, like I told you, the representative phase and the honeymoon phase. Then it's gonna lead to it's gonna eventually lead to relationships built on lust, materialism, and temporary pleasure rather than emotional or spiritual connection. It encourages casual sex culture, promiscuity without commitment, often leading to broken relationships, single parent households, and emotional detachment. So that's where you see a lot of women aren't able to bond or whatever have you, what they call that, bond with certain dudes. You ever seen a movie where it's a chick playing a prostitution type of role or whatever type of role, streetwalker type of role, and then you ever seen where it's just like this one part where a dude is probably on top of her doing whatever, and she just kind of just laying there staring off into the fucking, and she's just lost her whole, you know what I'm saying, all of it's gone, like her whole spirit, and she just an empty shell for the most part. You see what I'm saying? But transactional relationships. This is whore spirit in dating. Transactional relationships. Dating based on what someone can provide financially rather than true compatibility. Transactional relationships. Dating based on what someone can provide financially rather than compatibility. So people say, why is this the breakup culture? Why is this the jump around? Because most motherfuckers, all that man, motherfuckers want to get your shit and go. Ain't no get to know. Motherfucker want to get your shit and go. Well, I mean, validation seeking, constant need for external validation through sex, social media attention, or material gifts. Validation seeking. This is whore spirit in dating. Validation seeking, constant need for external validation through sex, social media attention, or material gifts. Short-term thinking, choosing partners based on physical attraction or wealth rather than long-term values. Choosing partners based on physical attraction or wealth rather than, or popularity or whatever else, rather than long-term values. Impact on the black community, indigenous, etc. Promotes the quote-unquote hookup culture, delaying marriage and stable family structures, increases single motherhood and absent fatherhood due to casual relationships that don't lead to commitment. Normalizes hypersexualization, particularly of black women or indigenous or etc. women, black women, reinforcing negative stereotypes. Jezebel spirit in dating. This spirit plays out in relationships through control, manipulation, and the destruction of leadership role. In how men and women interact, it manifests as, so when say, oh man, you're supposed to be the leader. Yeah, but if she has Jezebel spirit, what is her main goal? To what? Control, manipulate, and destroy all forms of goddamn leadership in that dude or that Nehru, that king, that guy, that fellow, that whoever. Her whole goal is to target you to destroy that shit. I don't give a fuck what you saying. So that's the shit I be saying when we, or whoever it is, these different relationships. You gotta lead and leadership, leadership. These certain words just so fucking much. You feel me? The whole goal of this spirit plays out in relationships through control, manipulation, and destruction of leadership roles, particularly in how men and women interact. It manifests itself as control over partners. A woman influenced by this spirit may use sex, emotional manipulation, or false accusations to control their partner, undermining leadership. Men who try to lead in relationships or families may find themselves constantly challenged or disrespected. So fellas, this is the reason why. Not to say they was a streetwalker, not to say they was to that level. You have polarities. They might have just been in between. They might have seen it. They might have had older sisters or siblings, whatever. It might be a variety of different things. And when the Jezebel spirit comes out in the relationships, is what? Undermining leadership. That's the whole. So all of this saying that leadership, men who try to lead in relationships or families may find themselves constantly challenged. Not to say sometimes, but constantly. Yeah, that's what's going on, fellas. That's what's happening right now. The Jezebel spirit is taking over. Or disrespected. This destruction of masculinity encourages men to be passive, weak, or subservient, while promoting a false sense of quote-unquote strong independence in women that isolates them from healthy partnership. Using seduction for power. Instead of sex being about connection, it becomes a tool for manipulation, leading to toxic cycles of attraction and resentment. Impact on the Black or Indigenous community. Weakens the traditional family structure by creating power struggles between men and women. So this is what you're saying. The liberation, all of this, I keep saying the original whatever, that was for the European women. And then just at some juncture, they just either combined, implemented, or Black or Indigenous women just jumped onto that shit. It just started, holding on. They were looking for something to hold on to. Goddamn, other than that, the Sky Daddy. But yeah, contributes to the rise of dysfunctional relationships where love is replaced by manipulation. Contributes to the rise in dysfunctional relationships where love is replaced by manipulation. Creates deep mistrust, not distrust. It creates deep mistrust between Black men and women, leading to what? Higher divorce rates and lower marriage rates. Overall consequences in dating. More broken homes. Both spirits lead, the whore and the Jezebel spirit lead to relationships that lack real commitment, love, and partnership. Mistrust between Black men and women. The Jezebel spirit can create resentment. The Jezebel spirit can do what? Create resentment. Say it with me. Can create resentment from men who feel what? Disrespected. While the whore spirit leads women to feel used. Leads women to feel used. Yeah, you gonna feel used. You got the whore spirit up in you. Increase in fatherless homes. Increase in fatherless homes. Many men disengage from relationships because of manipulation or lack of respect. Leaving children without strong role models. Focus on materialism over love. Relationships became more about financial gain and status rather than genuine connection. Relationships have became more about financial gain and status rather than genuine connections. Let that shit sink in. Solutions and healing. Knowledge of self. Number one, overstanding these destructive patterns helps break the cycle. Reclaiming righteous relationships, encouraging respect, submission, which is cooperation, in love. Submission in love and leadership with wisdom restores balance. Spiritual healing. Breaking free from these spirits requires prayer or meditation, self-discipline, and community guidance to rebuild healthy dating and family structures. Rebuilding trust between Black men and women, encouraging open, honest communication, and rejecting destructive societal norms. That means the music and shit too now. So that means all of the influence bullshit, all right? So, all right. The alpha woman narrative plays a significant role in how the Jezebel spirit and whore spirit manifests in dating, particularly in the Black community. While the term quote-unquote alpha woman originally represented strength, independence, and leadership, in modern dating dynamics, it has often been distorted into a hyper independent, dominant, and sometimes combative role that affects relationships negatively. How the alpha woman narrative aligns with the Jezebel spirit. The Jezebel spirit is rooted in control. Rebellion, and the undermining of masculine authority. Like I was saying, so that's the whole goal. All that sweet shit. And at the end of it all, what does it end up being? So some might be a little more aggressive with it, some a little more chameleon and smooth with it. You hear me? I'm just saying, they just got a diverse portfolio. You know what I mean? It says how the alpha woman narrative aligns with the Jezebel spirit. The Jezebel spirit is rooted in control, rebellion, and the undermining of masculine authority. In the dating world, the alpha woman can sometimes embody these traits. Rejecting male leadership. Many women influenced by this mindset resist submission and or cooperation, viewing it as weakness rather than a partnership role. Prioritizing power over partnership. The Jezebel spirit seeks dominance. And in relationships, this can manifest as competition rather than cooperation between men and women. In relationships, this can manifest as competition rather than cooperation between men and women. Using emotional manipulation. Some alpha women use guilt, seduction, or psychological tactics to control a man or a young youth male or teen or whatever, rather than allowing him to be, etc. Encouraging weak men. By demanding submission from men rather than balanced leadership, it contributes to the rise of passive, disengaged men. It leads to the rise and contributes to passive and disengaged men, leading to dissatisfaction in relationships. Impact on the Black or indigenous community. Power struggles in relationships. The lack of role balance creates conflict rather than harmony in relationships, often leading to breakups or dysfunctional unions. Weakened family structures. The Jezebel influenced alpha woman may see traditional family roles as what? Oppressive, leading to an increase in single mother households. So there's a lot of this stuff is contributing to your own shit. You know what I mean? That's why I say the sister circle got to do a whole lot of checking of each other. Shit. I mean, I'm just saying. Mistrust between black men and women. Many men feel they are not needed. Many men feel they are not needed, leading to emotional detachment, or withdrawal from relationships altogether. I know y'all saw that video, maybe not, where it was I don't know, it was in ATL or whatever. They had a speed dating or dating night or whatever event, and they said it was just all women, no men showed up. So I don't know if it's because it was ATL, you know what's going on over there, or all right. Let me see. How the alpha woman narrative aligns with the whore spirit. So the first one was the Jezebel spirit, and now this is the whore spirit. How the alpha woman narrative aligns with the whore spirit. The whore spirit is about lust, validation, and material gain, which can also be seen in some versions of the alpha woman ideology, particularly in hypersexualized feminism, encouraging women to use sex as power, instead of valuing themselves as more than physical beings. Transactional relationships, prioritizing a man's financial status over, leading to relationship based on provision rather than connection. Quote, I don't need a man culture, end quote, promotes promiscuity and casual relationships, weakening the foundation of strong families. Validation seeking. The modern alpha woman often seeks external validation, parentheses, career success, social media attention, financial independence, in parentheses, over the fulfillment of a loving partnership. So that's why I be saying in a lot of my past little relationships, once the social media and all that external shit started taking over, I already knew it was just really a countdown for the breakup. You know what I mean? That's why I be telling you, like, once external shit, and especially if it's not productive, if that shit starts to take over, you may as well just go ahead and just start the process. You feel me? Because it's inevitable. It might last a little long, string out a little longer. However, once those outside negative or unproductive or destructive whatevers start to take hold or take precedent over just whatever, yeah, it's a wrap. The homegirls, the mamas, the aunties, the media shit, the reality shows, the relationship advice stuff, whatever that comes from, you know what I'm saying, the forums and shit, all of this different stuff, you see what I'm saying, the feminist stuff, the feminist relationship stuff. Once that shit starts taking over, seeping into your relationship or your partner's thought processes or your woman's thought processes, and especially if they at home and they watch a lot of that shit, if they stay at home women, or if they at the job or whatever, if they engage in a lot of that shit, or if they binge watch that, oh yeah, fam, that shit is gonna start taking over your and then what they call, people will start secretly vicariously living their lives through what they see on the motherfucking TV and the reality shows. That's what a lot of the shit you see in these relationships, that shit will seep into people's relationships, and then the shit be some bullshit, you feel me? And then motherfucker, you see the dating market where you see a bunch of motherfucking women seeking like a bunch of shit what they see on a lot of these different whatever. I keep telling people, unless you're in a poly relationship or some type of open relationship dynamic where you're seeing people different, different creators or content, like as far as a relationship, unless you're seeing them on a day-to-day whatever, not to say they shit isn't cool or whatever, functional or whatever. For the most part, I'm just saying, if you're not on the day-to-day there, when they to see their way they agree to disagree, their conflict mediation, different things of that nature, then only have a limited view. Yes, it's great to have a little inspiration, but a lot of people will see the videos multiply over time in your brain, you know, in your windows and shit. So if a person keeps, or a woman or whoever is the weaker vessel, keeps seeing just this shit that is destructive to their relationship, or they keep hearing that shit from single women or miserable women, or the women in their family, or their homegirls, associates, or their male friends, or whatever, they homo friends or homosexual friends, whatever. I'm telling you, that shit is gonna fuck your relationship up, and it has fucked up a lot of mine in the past. You know what I mean? Once that outside shit start taking over, it's wrap. All right. Impact on the indigenous and black community. Normalization of promiscuity. Relationships become temporary. And that's what you're seeing. Relationships become temporary with short-term flings replacing long-term commitment. Increase in single parenthood. Women who prioritize. I gotta say it one more time. Women who prioritize independence over partnership. So no matter what you use, the spiritual journey, my awakening, my my self-care, whatever it is, if they prioritize independence over partnership, often raise children without fathers, affecting future generations. Materialism over morality. Materialism over morality. That's why you got a lot of women that will go to Dubai and do a porta potty. Look up porta potty. PORTA space POTTY. You got some women that'll let a dude defecate on you for, okay, you got 50 grand, 100 grand, or whatever up front, but you literally have to go to the ultimate levels of disgust and like levels of just filthy disgustedness. You see what I'm saying? And you have women that, man, I will do a show on that shit. You got sisters, fam, that will say, I'm not cooking for, that will say they won't cook for you, or they, nigga, you will what, this and that, little shit, nigga, they is shorty signing up to go to the Arabs, or whatever you want to call them, and whatever religion they in and all that shit. Yeah, they gonna have materially, it's gonna be wow, it's gonna be blown away. Man, it's a video with a shorty that I think her homegirl or somebody had experience. She wrote her a letter, or wrote her whatever, and she was reading the letter, and it was a black shit or whatever, and she was, and man, I'm just saying to you. So don't sleep on the levels and links that a motherfucker go, fam. If a motherfucker is submissive enough to let a motherfucker, what the nigga Biggie say, cock over her and shit on her stomach. Like, and then if you allow it, and some of them say, I mean, I know it is disgusting, I know it is, but that's how you gotta be with most people. Even with nutrition, you gotta show them the pus coming out. You gotta show them, you feel me? You gotta show them nasty, graphic ass shit. But most people don't want to just hear, oh, you know, preserve yourself, baby. Blah, 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 righteousness, honey. You know what I'm saying? Cooperate with your man, which is submissiveness, which both people cooperate, so both people got to be submissive, you hear me? But, you know, whoever makes the final decision, but I'm just saying, both people cooperate, I told you, submission or cooperation is like the salsa, the merengue, the bachata, the foxtrot. You see what I'm saying? The waltz, you feel me? It's like a complicated, sometimes, or sophisticated dance routine, you feel me? And if we aren't in alignment, rhythmic, harmonious, on a consistent basis, what do? We both will what? If we both aren't cooperating with each other in those dance styles, we will do what? we would do what? We gonna step on each other's fucking toes. If we don't cooperate with each other's rhythm, movement, momentum, etc., we are gonna do what? Step on each other's fucking toes constantly. We, them, they, those. Okay, alright. Materialism over morality. I'm telling you, go look it up. This is not nothing. Oh, he putting that. No, baby. They putting they goddamn self down, baby. They bashing it. I can't. And look, I'm not able to bash them motherfuckers enough. Do you hear what I said? Some motherfuckers need to get bashed. Do you hear what the fuck I said? Some motherfuckers need shame. Do you hear what the fuck I said? That no shame in your game. Fuck that. You need some shame in your game. Cause some of that shit, a lot of that shit is shameful, fam. You not gonna be able to take that shit back. Ain't no going to no. You can go to 1,000 goddamn spiritual sister circles, spiritual sage, dips and baths and all that shit. You are not gonna ever forget no shit like that. I'm telling you, look that shit up. So your daughter, this is what's the dangers of what? Women that just take lead with just, or you fellas, or women, or you have, you're setting the example of, you showing the young youth girls that maybe your daughters and nieces, you're showing them what? That, okay, let me do hypergamy. So what happens with hypergamy? The highest bidder wins. So what if the shorty does get offered? You got that popularity, you got that look, or whatever the fuck they seeking, and they offer you, yo, I got 100K, I'm taking care of everything. Most shorties jumping at that shit. They going. They ain't asking really that much of. They may ask, but majority of shorty women, ladies, empresses, they are not asking a lot of fucking questions. They are going. Especially if you send a half up front, they pune. They are pune. So y'all better start making your daughters aware of, is some levels of you want to interracial. Some of them, you think some yo Latin want to have a piece of it. I'ma tell you something. Some of these other groups, I'ma tell you something, son. Okay. You ain't want to have an occasional threesome or menage a trois or with another chick, or he want to do some something else. That's some part of the because sex is a part of a relationship. But yeah, he want to do a little threesome. Man, I'm gonna tell you, that shit is amateur. That shit is elementary school compared to ooh. Okay, all right. Go look up that porta potty and you tell me what level of threesome is on compared to that shit. You tell me what level that shit on is compared to you just have a little not casual, but every now and then, whatever you organize, whatever, get to know a person with the threesome, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm a menage a trois or add another one to the relationship, whatever. I'm telling you. So y'all women or you young youth girls that you gotta have some morality, baby. The ones that's in a fun phase and, your youthful is there. You got your what? I'm telling you, baby. I'm telling you. Some of these high value dudes or some of them dudes with the bag gonna make you do some shit that's gonna fuck your shit up. I'm telling you. It's gonna destroy your shit. I'm telling you. The balance and what? The reason why it's easier for them because what? They have easier access. They have more plentiful resources. They have more, you see what I'm saying? They have more women coming after them. So you much easier fucking replace. You feel me? Like literally real shit. Women don't be factoring all this shit in when they go for these quote unquote high value men or these high paid dudes or whatever. And then a lot of the dudes, a lot of y'all mothers, you got some dudes that what? They might be kind hearted or they just maybe just purpose driven. but they just amateurs in green and purple and blue as fuck at dating. And the shorties are gonna target your son, your nephew, your whatever. I'm just telling you. What they say, never trust a big button to smile, fam. Shit, them motherfuckers been telling us. Ain't it, man? Hey, what's the old one? Smiling faces tell lies, baby. Smiling faces, smiling faces. Did I tell you? There is no guarantees, baby. I know it sounds fucked up, but that's where the game has gotten to. It's gotten that diluted. It's gotten that with the word y'all toxic. Real shit. Motherfucker cry in your face and will goddamn get you shut the fuck up. Talking about real ass tears, nigga, and will get you shut up. Do you hear what I said? What's the dude, the rapper dude? This is just a male version of it. What's the rapper dude? The dude with the whoever. Yeah, nigga got pictures with the nigga. Y'all know each other, moms, nigga. Yeah. Smiling faces tell lies, nigga. That shit don't mean shit. Yeah, it's great when it's genuine. However, is a lot of times the shit rare. We know with children can cry and manipulate the fuck out and use that shit as manipulation. Children, women, men, mostly children and women though. If a dude can just snap his finger and cry on demand, then you ain't gonna be there long anyway. You ain't gonna be there long any motherfucker way. Yeah. If a dude can cry on demand, goddamn, without even your influence, you hear me? Yeah, you ain't gonna be there long. You ain't gonna be there long, I'm gonna tell you. The balance. True strength versus false strength. True strength versus false strength. The alpha woman is strong, wise, and supportive, knowing when to lead, and when to let a man lead. However, the distorted alpha woman narrative, fueled by the Jezebel and or whore spirits and or a combination of both, turns strength into what? Turns strength. And see, they try to camouflage that shit with strength. That's my strength. See. I'm just saying. It turns strength into control, rebellion, and destruction of family values. Solutions. Redefining strength. True strength includes the ability to build with a man. True strength, or Nehru, a king, a man, whatever the fuck version you got. True strength includes the ability to build with a man, not compete against him. Restoring femininity on different levels. I told y'all it's polarities to femininity. Raw and what they call untamed femininity. That shit is what? The Jezebel and whore spirit hyper. That shit is just hyper hyped up, you feel me? Or accelerated, what we want to say. Hyperspeed, you feel me? But femininity on the other polarity, the gentle, the nurturing, the graceful, the harmonious, the etc. You feel me? So that's what we just say. The femininity. Okay, well, what version of femininity you talking about? Because you got the softer side of masculinity. Am I correct? Am I right or wrong? Make sure if you see this later, let me know I'm wrong. If I'm wrong or not, then you have hyper masculine also, correct? And that could play out in what? Being that the men and women or whatever have you, we have the masculine, feminine traits. But what we're saying is That in both of them, it can show up in what? Different behavior patterns or different presentations. Am I correct? So you know what hyper masculine looks like in men. You know what hyper feminine looks like in men. You know what hyper masculine looks like in women. You know what hyper masculine looks like in hyper feminine looks like in women. Well, I don't most of the time. It's not. It's rare. But then you know what hyper masculine looks like in women, because that's displayed so much. The hyper feminine, as far as the aspect of harmony, nurturing, graceful, etc., that is rarely displayed and not used for what? Manipulation tactics and etc. or deception. You see, restoring femininity in different ways, embracing divine feminine energy, which is powerful in its own way, rather than trying to outdo masculine energy, rather than trying to that's what I'm saying. All this, it's like, why it's you see it in every dynamic, whether it's sports, whether it's the politics shit, whether it is fucking clothing. Do you hear what I say? Look, at one era in space, now watch how the shit flip-flop. In one era in space, you had men wearing baggy shit, correct? Then you had women, wearing baggy shit, some of them. You see what I'm saying? Then you got the counter reverse now. You got dudes competing to seem like they want to wear tighter shit than women now. So, you know what I mean? This shit is the Willie Lynch syndrome and hyperspeed. Okay. Healing the gender divide, encouraging black men and women or indigenous men and women to see each other as partners rather than adversaries. Spiritual realignment, breaking free from these spirits requires knowledge of self, healing from past traumas, and embracing righteous relationships. Overview going forward. Will these dynamics be beneficial or harmful? The current trajectory of the alpha woman narrative, Jezebel spirit and or whore spirit in dating, is more harmful than beneficial, especially in indigenous or black community. Independence, confidence, and self-sufficiency are positive traits. They are positive traits. When they are weaponized, they are positive traits. Is he saying it ain't positive? Okay, so if that's in your brain, okay, that's clarified now. So we ain't not even gonna use that to deflect. We not gonna use that, okay? While, what does it say? While independence, confidence, and self-sufficiencies are positive traits, when they are weaponized against healthy relationships and family structures, they create long-term issues rather than solutions. What's the solution? Why these trends are harmful. Breakdown of the black or indigenous family, the rise of hyper-independence and gender conflict makes it harder for black men and women to build strong families. Higher single-parent household rates weaken generational stability. Erosion of traditional gender balance. Women influenced by Jezebel energy seek dominance rather than partnership. Women influenced by Jezebel energy seek dominance rather than partnership, leading to power struggles in relationships. So this is why, fellas, whether you in one currently, you just got out of one, whatever, you hear me? Well, you in the dating market and you see what the fuck they want to keep up, because they have embodied the Jezebel goddamn energy and spirit. And some flaunt it. Some will flaunt it. Okay. Men either retreat, men either retreat or become overly passive. Men either retreat or become overly passive, creating a vacuum of what? Strong, balance, creating a vacuum of strong, imbalanced masculinity. Promiscuity versus commitment. The whore spirit encourages short-term pleasure over long-term building, resulting in what? High body counts. Resulting in what? High body counts, broken relationships, and emotional trauma, baggage, and bonding. Marriage and stable partnerships become rarer. That's what it says, literally, rarer. Affecting future generations. Financial and emotional drain. Financial, and so not only is it a financial drain, it's a fucking emotional drain. Transactional relationships replace genuine connection, making love more about money, status, or control rather than shared values. Many men check out of the dating market, MDTOW, passport bros, etc., and women struggle to find committed partners. Can these trends be made beneficial? If the focus shifts from control and validation, to partnership and community building, there is hope for a better future. Solutions for a positive future. Balance the alpha women energy. Balance the alpha women energy. A true alpha woman is a leader, but also respects the right masculine energy when necessary. Feminine strength should complement. Not compete with masculine energy. Rebuild trust between black men and women. Open, honest conversations about roles, relationships, and community building. Healing past traumas that have created resentment between genders. Rejecting. That's why we have the King's Lounge. That's why we have that for the men to come through, and then, the women can give their input to this and thing, but it's more so geared towards the Nehrus and the men. We are building something for the the men and women, and I'm gonna build something for the women also. You know what I'm saying? For the women to come through and do their thing, and the men can kind of just listen in and have their points of view or questions more so. More so questions than anything, so we can get higher over understanding. Okay. What do we say? Rejecting destructive cultural norms. Destructive norms. This is the solutions, y'all. For the ones that say, where's the solutions? Rejecting destructive cultural norms. Moving away from hookup culture, toxic feminism, and hypermasculinity in favor of balanced relationships. Overstanding that submission is not weakness. And leadership is not control. Overstanding that submission is not weakness and leadership is not control. Both should serve the relationship. Or friendship or whatever type of ship it is. Variety of relationships. Prioritizing marriage and family. And I'm for marriages not in the system or the traditional way, as far as you going through the system, but prioritizing marriage and family, encouraging early healthy marriages rather than seeing relationships as disposable. Encouraging early healthy marriages rather than seeing relationships as disposable. raising or cultivating children, not kids, but children with strong role models to prevent generational cycles of dysfunction. Final verdict: not beneficial unless corrected. That's the final verdict. Not beneficial unless corrected. If left unchecked, these modern dating trends will continue to weaken the Black family, create more gender wars, and lead to generational instability. It's already there. However, if people start recognizing the spiritual, emotional, and community damage being done, real change can happen. The future is in the hands of those willing on a consistent basis to break the cycle. This is a great question. Do you think the Black community is ready to shift towards a healthier dynamic, or are we still deep in these toxic cycles? Y'all give me your thoughts and comments on that. If you see this in down the road or whatever right now. Okay, the last little bit and we out. The quote unquote boss chick era, has it shaped relationships and the Black community? The boss chick era, which promotes financial independence, career success, and self-sufficiency among women, has had both positive and negative effects on dating, family dynamics, and community at large, and the community at large. Positive contributions of the boss chick era: financial empowerment and independence. More Black women are financially secure, owning businesses, earning degrees, and creating generational wealth. Less dependency on unstable relationships for survival, allowing for more freedom in choosing partners. So that's why you hear a lot. You should choose better. So if you got the bag, then hey, you know what I mean? You got the personality and the critical thinking skills, though. So that's the thing, huh? You know what I mean? Just because you got the bag or you graded this don't mean you graded the critical thinking skills with dating and choosing and selecting a partner, mate, and things of that nature. Confidence and self-sufficiency. Encourage women to develop leadership skills, set high standards, and refuse to settle for low value partners. Strengthens women's representation in entrepreneurship, politics, and corporate leadership. Breaking generational cycles of dependence. Black women historically lack economic opportunities. That I'm gonna stay on target though. This era has helped close financial and educational gaps. I don't know. What do y'all think on that one? You feel me? I don't know. That's a shaky. That one's shaky right there. Greater control over personal life, career, and family planning. The downside: how the boss chick era has hurt dating and family structure. While financial success is good, the way of the boss chick mindset is often applied in dating has created new problems, including 1. Rejecting of traditional family and relationship roles. Many boss chicks adopt the quote-unquote "I don't need a man" end quote mentality, seeing submission or cooperation as weakness. Instead of partnership, they embrace control and dominance, leading to power struggles in relationships. This aligns with the Jezebel spirit. Man, my wife ain't no girl. Hey, if she's seeking this control over you, this aligns with the Jezebel spirit. So regardless of your feelings and shit is saying, and because I only been with and married and all that, you feel me? Which seeks to undermine which seeks to what? Undermine, manipulate, or replace masculine leadership. Number 2, prioritize a career over family. Men and women focus on chasing the bag, quote unquote, for years, often delay marriage and children. That's why you see a lot of women dating now where, okay, some of them got the credit. They like, okay, I got all this stuff now, where, you see what I'm saying? A lot of them taking baby, or a lot of them probably in that friend zone, honey, or they might be taking now. So a lot of your ratios and options are dwindling. You know what I'm saying? They be dwindling. Because see, what a lot of women forget is the dudes that you put in the friend zone, or like a lot of these dating shows, the bonus shit. Oh, he a little too short, you're a little too tall, you're a little too, you're a little too. One show to say he looked like he reads books. The baby say he looked like read books. Oh, you gotta fucking love it, man. And it's so crazy how that works. Like most tall men, some dudes like tall women. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of women like short men. You understand? But okay. By the time they want to settle down, dating options are limited. By the time they want to settle down, dating options are limited, leading to frustrations. This shift has led to the rise in single motherhood. With many women choosing to have children without committed fathers. Number 3, Tracy, masculinization of women and weakening of men. Boss chick culture promotes traits like dominance, aggression, and hyper-independence, which are traditionally masculine roles. Dominance, aggression, and hyper-independence, which are traditionally masculine roles. Dominance, aggression, and hyper-independence, which are traditionally masculine roles. Many women say, I want to step into my feminine. You got to step down from your masculine. Oops. Many women end up competing. That's what the workforce is. Competition. With men rather than attracting them. Many women end up competing with men rather than attracting them, leading to increased singleness. Why is there so many pretty single women? Why is there so many women out here single? Why is the why? Why is the why? Other than the factors that's been known in the divorce rates. Let's get into the stuff that hasn't been said. Many women end up competing with men rather than attracting them, leading to increased singleness. What does it say? The boss chick culture has promoted traits like dominance, aggression, and hyper independence, which are traditionally masculine roles. Many women end up okay, and then it says in the last one, many women focus on chasing the bag for years, often delaying marriage or companionship, partnership, or whatever, and children. A lot of women forget Oprah still has Stedman. Do you overdig me? A lot of women forget Beyonce or whoever else you got, the ones that are smart, has had Hov and Jay-Z or whoever for a good ass minute. Alicia Keys has been with old boy for a good ass minute. So them women of power, them women of power, quote unquote, in their own right, still was smart enough to be able. You seeing with the Clarissa Shields. My advice to her, honey baby, go to etiquette training. Go to etiquette training. The one that's the boxer. Like, honey baby, I see you trying. Salute. Well, not trying. You're working actively to become more feminine. However, you're going to training, my baby. This is why you have to be trained, wife. You got to train to be a husband. You got to be trained to be married. When you in marriage, you got to train to what they in motherfuckers. You got to be trained to how to motherfuckers, ain't it, man? Huh? You ain't gonna be a warrior. Whatever, ain't it? Ain't it? And then you gotta get constant upgrade training. It isn't that correct? Okay. It says by the time they want to settle down, options are limited, or when they get into spiritual so much that hyper independent, hyper self-love, care, and and then they just wait so long, and then by the time they peek their head to the dating room or the dating pool, is looking like, ugh, what the fuck is going on? what the fuck have I been? Hey baby, you been checked out for a long ass minute. You know, shit ain't stopped just cause you checked out. Shit ain't stopped just cause you was nobody was saying don't chase the bag, but it says periodically peek in, like, hey, you know, hey, any good dudes out there, any great catches out there, you know what I mean? You feel me? Peek out there, you know. So this shift has led to the rise in single motherhood, in many women choosing to have children without committed fathers, masculinization of women and weakening of men, both boss chick cultures. Oh, we got that one. Okay, increased hypergamy. We talked about that earlier, and transactional dating. Many boss chicks only want to date men who earn more than them. You hearing that a fucking lot? Even if they don't even earn a fucking lot, even if they don't even earn it. See, oh man, this is what severe, like, oof. Okay, severe brain dysfunction looks like when you ask for someone, or demand more so, some masculine whoever to partner or potential to have or be making more material etceteras than you have yourself, or you actively are working towards, or etc. Okay? And then again, it's the self-reflection of, okay, does my character line up? Does my moral line up? Does my attitude, or does whatever, do I have all the other traits or things that I need in my arsenal when I do get amongst those genre of men, or in those rooms or whatever? I'm able to attract them gracefully and smoothly. But with the Clarissa Shields, get you some etiquette training, honey. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure with your level of money and your resources, it ain't hard to get some behind the scenes etiquette training on how to sit, on how to move, more, gracefully. You understand me? How to walk a little more gracefully, how to sit gracefully, baby. How to present yourself gracefully, how to, when you're doing more modeling jobs and when you're doing more interviews, honey, like how to, just have those nuances. You understand me? And then I would suggest that be mandatory for anybody, your daughters, your nieces, your whatever, even some grown women. Am I correct? Okay, maybe not. Let's go. Most boss chicks only want to date men who earn more than them, which drastically limits dating options. So they're, again, undermining their own shit. Because if they don't have what it's taking, or what it takes to be in that arena, I'm telling you, lady, baby, I'm telling you, You might be better off with a dude that's 50,000 and under. I'm telling you. And I am telling you. I'm telling some of y'all. Because the level you gonna have to step your fucking game up on a consistent basis. The level of you're gonna have to not have a whole lot of mouth. You're gonna have to dress a certain way. It's gonna be very strict requirements. When y'all are out, it depends on what level. If you at the red carpet level, it's even more fucking, you know what I mean, levels of restrictions or levels of requirements. So each tier that you want to go up is still higher levels of requirements. So if they not requiring you or asking you or requesting of you to, cook, baby, like maybe the whatever, they might be saying, hey, baby, I need, whatever they're going to be saying. I need you to be on time. I need you to be reliable. I need you to be at this meeting. I need you to be at this. It's going to be stuff. I need you to represent me here. I need you to represent I need you, it's going to be stuff that's going to be required of you. Well, even if you a sugar baby, honey. Like, I don't understand with women, girls, women, whoever, where are you thinking this free fucking ride is coming from? I'm just asking. Please, like, somebody school me. A pimp gonna require something from you. A simp gonna require something from you. A fucking beta male gonna require something from you. A weak dude is gonna require something from you. A bitch ass dude is gonna require something from you. A whatever. Down low dude gonna require something from you. Huh? A dude with a lot of fucking money. A dude with a little bit. Where is this free ride? I'm unaware. I'm uninformed. So please let me know where this free ride is at. Free ride meaning nothing's going to be required of you at all. Phew. Man, shit is, I'm telling you, the thought process, it's just, man, whew. The whore spirit thrives in this culture, where relationships become more about financial gain than love. Where relationships become more about financial gain than love. Many men feel they, quote unquote, can't afford modern women. What's wrong with these men? Many men. Many men feel they can't afford, quote unquote, modern women, leading to what? Frustration and resentment. The boss chick era in the black community: net gain or loss. Pros: increased financial independence for black women. These are the pros. All black women pursuing education. And we did a show on knowledge versus education, by the way, so check that show out. I just knocked that out. And business ownership, greater self-sufficiency and leadership roles. Cons: weakened family structures, parentheses, more single mothers, delayed marriage, and or broken homes, in parentheses, power struggles in relationships, parentheses, more competition, less cooperation, which is submission, which I told you both. Oh my fucking rock. Both people have to cooperate with each other for the relationship to be successful. Both parties have to submit to each other to a certain degree. As far as who makes the final judgment call, that's what the judgment means, decision. Whoever makes the final judgment call, not stereotype call, you feel me? Whoever makes the final decision, that's, that's subjective. More competition, less cooperation. Mistrust between black men and women, parentheses, feel unneeded. Men feel unneeded. Women feel superior, parentheses. In parentheses. Rise of hypergamy and transactional dating. Shallow relationships based on money. Shallow relationships based on money. You know what? That leads me to another topic. Let me write that down, man. Write that down right now while it's fresh in the bread. That's part 1. There. Okay. If the boss chick mindset is balanced, nobody's saying nothing wrong with the goddamn shit unless it's unbalanced. Okay? So if it's balanced with femininity on the graceful side, the harmonious side, the etc., nurturing, etc. side, cooperation, which is submission, okay? We ain't saying be stupid. And family values, if it's balanced with femininity on the productive side, cooperation and family values, it can be beneficial. Some ways to do this include redefining strength. So ladies in the sister circle or whatever, we have to redefine. You have to redefine what strength looks like, what it is. And men, we have to redefine that. Redefining strength. Being strong does not mean rejecting partnership. Being strong does not mean rejecting partnership or submission in relationships. Being strong does not mean rejecting partnership or submission or / cooperation in relationships of any form. True power is in balance, not dominance. True power is in balance, rhythmic, harmonious balance, not dominance. 2, prioritizing family alongside career. Prioritizing family alongside career, or have family business so it is the career. But yeah, still balancing it. In leisure, building a strong household should be just as valued as building wealth. Building a strong household foundation should be just as valued as building wealth. Encouraging marriage and stable relationships, not just financial success. Encouraging. These are all the solutions, y'all. These are the solutions. Encouraging marriage and stable relationships, not just financial success. I'm encouraging marriages, alternative marriages, meaning you draw up your own contracts. You can get it done on ChatGPT or something, whatever. You see what I'm saying? You sign it, you two, how many other parties or whatever are involved, you sign it, and then you get your shit notarized, and there you go. And laminate your shit. There you go. Easy breezy, lemon squeezy. And it's going to cost you less money. It's going to cost you so much way less money. It is. It really is. You draw up your feminine energies, how many of us involved, you draw up your contract and let it be within reason, people. But that's on y'all. Fuck it. You draw up your contract as far as for the marriage, the masculine energy that's involved or whatever, or the stud or whoever, whatever dynamic it is. You draw up your contracts or whatever, everybody draw their contract, and you get you, them, they, those, get the shit notarized. There's so many flat platforms that draw up fucking contracts, fam. The shit'll do it for you. Copy and paste that bitch and print the motherfucker. And sign it. That shit sounds like it's less than $25. Huh? And get it notarized. How much a notary cost? How much do notaries cost? $10, $15, $20 at the post office? What is it? Motherfuckers out this bitch spending dumbass, mad ass money and all this into the system and shit. when you could be drawing up your own, literally drawing up your. Yeah, I got to keep saying it because it's like, it's what the fuck is going on with this obsolete ass shit. Allowing men to lead, the right men, of course, duh. Because I can hear some another old men of leaders, you know. A high value woman needs a high value man. But, or however, that doesn't mean she must control him. She must control him. Masculine and feminine energies should complement, not compete. Masculine and feminine energies should complement, not compete. Put that for me. Shifting from transactional to spiritual and emotional love. Relationships should be about building together, not just what a man can provide, because y'all love this fucking provider fucking word, financially. Final verdict. Will the boss chick era be beneficial in the long run? If left unchecked, just like the last one, the boss chick mentality, let me see, will continue to damage relationships, marriage rates, and family structures in the Black or indigenous community. However, if women embrace both success and partnership, it can lead to stronger families, better relationships, and community upliftment. The key question is, can Black men and women shift away from competition and back toward cooperation? That's a great question. Can that happen, y'all? Y'all give me your thoughts. This is has been a great presentation. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, we have the For the Love of Poly live stream, the interview coming up March 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern, whatever that is in your perspective areas. Make sure you slide through for that. We have other interviews coming through. We got new episodes of the King's Lounge coming through with Dirt and CeeLos. We have some other interviews coming through. I'm negotiating, seeing what's going on. So y'all make sure you keep on your notification. Make sure you share. Make sure you subscribe. And make sure you donate. And guess what? Cosmic Mind UV.